I have cooked thousands of different types of steaks, and there's one question I get asked all the time: which one is the best? If you've been watching my channel for a while, you already know the answer. That would be picanha. But there's one type that is above all others, and that would be the goddess of all steaks. And today I got really lucky because when I was seasoning my steaks, this happened.
Yeah, Guga, those picanhas look really good.
Favorite, brother. What's this?
I know you like picanhas. I got you a little gift. This took a long time to get.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Can you cook this for us right away?
Let's do it right now. Let's do it right now.
You can clearly see this package comes straight from Japan. It is very well packed, for good reason, because inside of it, it's something that you should experience once in a lifetime. Because this is the goddess of all steaks. You can clearly see the marbling just through the packaging. Talking about that, just removing it from the vacuum seal is another experience. For meat lovers like us, it just literally gives me goosebumps. Now there's something very special about this cut of meat. You never want to wash it down on your sink. Patting it dry is the right thing to do. Just rubbing my hand on top of it makes it melt. That's how delicate this piece of meat is. Now you can clearly see the marbling that it has. But just like every other picanha, one of the most important things you need to do is to trim it properly. So first I like to flip it fat side down. Then you want to remove all of this external fat. Remember, this is where we have the silver skin. Silver skin has to go. But make sure not to take out too much meat, because with each individual cut, you can clearly see that it has incredible marbling. Because in the end, once I was done, take a look. A Japanese Wagyu A5 picanha. Something you don't see every day. Now in order for you to understand how good this piece of meat actually is, my meat dealer was kind enough to bring a few others. Here we have a Black Angus one. Even though it has similar shape, it's much smaller, but by all means this is a great cut of meat. I much rather have this than a prime New York strip or ribeye. But we're not done yet, because we're also going to add to the mix an F.I. Wagyu picanha. This one is much more marbled than the previous one, but at the same time, it does not compare with the goddess of all steaks. It's a step up from choice, and something you should definitely experience to see how you like it. But as you can clearly see, every picanha comes with a silver skin, which must be removed. But once the trimming was done for all three of them, you can clearly see the differences between. It is absolutely insane. But the true star of the show is this one. Now whenever you're having picanha for the very first time, I highly recommend having it as steaks. And what I like to do is to cut 1.5 inches thick. Make sure your first cut is always with the grain. And as soon as I was done cutting my steaks, check out the marbling. This is as good as it gets, friends. Nothing else comes even close. That I can promise you. When I put all three side by side, take a closer look. We got the Angus, F1, and A5. There's truly a huge differences between marbling. However, for the seasoning, I highly recommend only using salt, nothing else. Once that was done, I would leave it alone for about 1 hour so the salt can penetrate deeply into the meat. And as that was happening, it was perfect because it allowed me time to go ahead and make an awesome side dish. Because whenever I have the meat dealer over, I gotta do something special. And this side dish here is gonna be perfect for it. Now to make it, it's super simple and easy to make. So first, into a pan I threw in some oil, followed by onions and garlic. Then you want to cook this up for a little bit. As soon as I started getting a little bit of color, I threw in some butter. Stir it so that the butter can melt. Then I added some arboro rice. This is the perfect rice to make risotto, which is kind of exactly what we're trying to do here. As once I stirred it around, I went ahead and added some beef broth. Mix that up real good. Then I added some salt, followed by turmeric. Mix that up real good so that I can get some flavor and color into it. As the rice is starting to cook, I kept adding a little bit more of beef stock. If you ever made a risotto, you know exactly where I'm going with this. You want to cook it nice and slow and stir it as necessary. Because when you're almost done, you want to add a generous amount of Parmesan cheese. Now you want to mix it well so everything blends together and you are left with a super creamy risotto. But we're not done yet, as the next thing we want to do is to cool everything down. So I immediately put it in a baking sheet and I spread it around. As that was cooling down, I went ahead and started cooking some bacon. You want to cook it nice and slow. The key here is to get a nice caramelization, but without burning. As now into a bowl I got some egg yolks, then I added some pepper, followed by pecorino romano, and finally the leftover bacon fat. Now you want to whisk that up real good to make a carbonara sauce. Keep stirring until it becomes super creamy. Once you have a consistency like this, you know it's ready. because now all there's left to do is to put it together. So first I got a nice big chunk of risotto, formed it until we created a hockey puck. Then I stuffed it with bacon, followed by mozzarella and a generous amount of the carbonara sauce. Now you close everything up together and make a nice huge ball, and once you have a bunch of them, you are now ready for the breading process. First run them through flour, followed by egg wash, and immediately on the breadcrumbs. Then you want to throw everything into a 350 degrees Fahrenheit oil. You want to get a nice golden brown color because remember, the rice is already cooked, as in the end it should look something like this. Now the only thing left to do is to go ahead and plate it up. So I went ahead and add 3 of them to a plate, followed by a generous amount of Parmesan cheese, and topped it off with some cured egg yolk. Now that is going to be today's side dish. This is absolutely delicious, and even though it takes some time, I highly recommend giving it a try. Trust me, it's gonna be a bite you're never gonna forget. Talking about that, by this time my steaks were ready to be cooked. First, I'll be putting a nice wonderful sear on them. Then I'll be cooking them in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 135 degrees Fahrenheit. And for that, I'm gonna be using my meter wireless thermometer. So now I say, it is enough talking and it is time to grill some steaks, so let's do it.
All right, everybody, here we got our beautiful steak, the meat dealer. Thank you, meat dealer. This is all because he brought some special goodies. So there's one piece of picanha here that you never had in your life, Leo. I want you to experience this. You've experienced a lot of crazy things lately, but not this one. This is a whole nother level. How long it took you to get this meat?
4 months to get that piece of meat.
4 months.
This sounds like we're about to have the most extravagant piece of meat ever.
I think it's enough talking and let's eat, huh, Emilio?
Let's try it and then you ask questions.
All right, we're gonna start right here. Go dig in. Enough talking, let's give it a try. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. I mean,
that's just perfect. Just the way it is, Emilio.
Simple, but delicious.
How do you describe a picanha to someone that never had it? What is it like?
So the simple way is like, it's a steak with a lot of flavor because it comes from the sirloin, but because of the fat content, that fat melts inside the meat and adds so much richness and it kind of boosts the flavor.
So it's extremely tender, but it's very beefy.
normally with beef, you gotta pick your poison, right? Do you want it to be very beefy or do you want it to be very tender? But I think picanha is like the perfect balancing of both of those worlds.
Right.
The thing that I like a lot about it is that it has a very unique flavor.
Right.
It's freaking delicious.
See, once you become a picanha lover, everybody, that's it. Let's go for the second one. Let's see. You ready, Leo? So let me know if there's a difference, yeah?
Okay.
Emilio knows because Emilio's already a pro. Look at that, huh? Emilio doing steak every day? Damn, okay, cheers, everybody. That's a difference.
Yeah.
You added something else to the one that we had before, the melting experience. It's nice, it's rich, but it's still not overwhelming. So definitely this was a really good picanha too.
Which marble scores that one, Emilio?
So that one is a 6-7.
I see what's going on here. So we're moving up the ladder. Okay, I was wondering why that picanha was so much softer and fattier, but you can appreciate the difference and it really allows you to fully enjoy a higher grade steak. You can taste the fattiness, you can taste the richness, the softness of it. I mean, it has all the amazing qualities the previous steak had, but it's just better.
The funny thing about a picanha is that whenever you finish cooking it, as soon as you slice it, everybody, the amount of juice that it has, it's unlike any other steak. So, Emilio, we did something a little special here for you, because, you know.
I gotta be honest with you, the reason why I brought in the steak, because I'm always craving, you know, when Guga does these kind of side dishes.
Emilio come for the steaks and stay for the side dish?
Yeah, I was at the office like, how can I, man, I want to have some of that side dish. Let me figure something out. Like, I got a gift for you, bro.
So that's your excuse, Emilio? So go ahead and open it up. So what this is a carbonara arancini. Check it out. It's basically risotto inside made out of carbonara.
I just finished eating picanha, wagyu, and my mouth is now more watering hearing this side dish.
This should be illegal.
This is not fair.
Ready, Emilio?
Ready?
Enough talking, let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh my God.
Wow, that is fantastic, everybody.
It's cheesy, nice salty, nice flavor, creamy. It balances out the steak.
With every bite, this keeps evolving, right? There's more and more flavor that comes out of it. That crispy exterior, creamy, fluffy inside rice, some fattiness from bacon. I mean, this is crazy. You said you're getting a little bit special?
Yeah.
No, this is over the top. I wish he made side dishes like this all the
I
time.
wish I could be here every day just to eat side dishes.
You can have steak anytime, but
Yeah.
not the side dishes,
No.
Emilio. It is fantastic, delicious. Give this a go. You're not gonna regret it. Wow, it's so good. Okay, enough. Let's try the last one.
I'm gonna savor every bite of this steak right here.
Let's see, it was worth the wait.
Let's see, let's see. And as we already know, Emilio only brought this for the side dish.
At least I'm honest.
Was it worth it for the side dish?
Hell yeah.
Okay, good. Enough talk, let's give it a go. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers. Oh my God, God.
There's not much that you have to say, everybody. What do you think, Leo?
Damn. I don't think I've ever tried this amount of juice on a steak. It just keeps going and going and going. It has a wonderful flavor to it too that coats your entire mouth, and it's like, I'm at a loss for words, guys.
Every bite, you feel like something bursts in your mouth.
Yeah. Non-stop. Even towards the end, when you're taking your final bites, it still just keep going. Juice after juice of explosion.
That is one of the most tender, juicy, delicious pieces of steaks I've ever tried.
Leo, this is a Japanese Wagyu A5 picanha.
What?
Yeah, the goddess of all steak, everybody. Phenomenal. Emilio, thank you. I'll make you a side dish anytime, bro.
I know the way was worth completely.
Emilio, can we get 15% off for the people?
All you gotta do is use Guga's discount coupon. We have two. SBE for the old timers and all the newcomers, just Guga, plain Guga.
Use the code GUGA, everybody. You get 15% off. Give it a try. It's phenomenal. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe. Remember, everything I use is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.